Damn, son, where'd you find this?
People don't be people don't be offended by the truth. They be offended because you called out the truth. Simple as that. They don't want to hear any other narrative that makes them look bad.
One thing I can't stand at this big grown age is somebody who act like cause and effect does not exist. Like, yes, your actions caused this outcome. Yes, what you did lit the match. Like, why are you surprised and playing victim?
Guys, Chico, they never lied.
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Good evening. Stay warm, stay healthy. God is good all the time. Grateful to be here. I hope everybody is enjoying their weekends. Shout outs to my poets, my writers, my content creators, so on and so forth. This is for the ladies, this is for the gentlemen, this is for the grown folks. Do me a solid. Let the people know that we are on and we gotta have us a conversation, man. Hey, look, you see the title. That's what we about to get into. Because a lot of people had some opinions about this, right? And I want to kind of tackle those things, man, because we got a habit of making things more than what they really should be, right? Context matters in everything. Everything. And when his brother went on Shannon Sharp's show and he decided that he was going to open up about his life, instead of really actually trying to listen with our ears and understand what he was sharing, it turned into a complete train wreck. This particular clip especially went viral. I love when they do this, when they take bits and pieces of certain subjects, they clip it, then they post it because it's the juiciest portion of the entire conversation. That's what's going to pull at the heartstrings of folks. This one got a lot of people bothered and off topic. So what I want to do I want to play this clip. I'm gonna let them cook, and we're gonna have a heart to heart. We're gonna be transparent. We're not gonna be biased. We're not gonna pick and choose what fits our personal feelings. We're just gonna keep it neutral.
Children. I wanted children.
So you don't force the kids on it now.
She had children for me.
Yes.
And now I'm not here.
Yeah.
This
Like
is,
my granny used to say, you ought to be beaten, made to stay.
but you see what the funny part about this is? I'm in my 20s.
Mhm.
The world is my oyster. I ain't even realizing what I'm putting her through. Cause I'm like, cause we tried.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It ain't like I didn't try.
Right.
But so like I'm not seeing things from her perspective because I'm sending money back. I'm getting joint accounts, giving you access to all the money anytime you want to. Like I never played with her like that. I've never played her, and like she's always had access. So whenever, but that's when it was eating me. What was eating me up was like I always wanted the family unit. That's what I wanted. She knew I wanted that.
Yes.
And she was willing to give
you that, even though she didn't want that
for herself necessarily.
Yeah.
And by the time I came around to understanding that all I have to do is come here and make this whole. When I came back,
she didn't want you.
She didn't want nothing. She didn't want nothing to do with it. And I gave her a pretty good deal. I came back. I was like, look, we're going to live together. We're going to raise the children together. You ain't got to work. I'm going to pay for everything. I'll get you a personal trainer. I'll get you a personal chef to teach you how to, cook.
And she said, I want my personal space.
Yeah. And she was like, she was more or less like, that's it. I was like, God, this lady don't want no parts of me.
No.
She don't want no parts of me.
Was that hard for you? Because you said in the beginning, you wanted that. She didn't. Now that you wanted it and she didn't, was that hard? Now did you see the flips? Now did you see what she was going through?
Nope, still didn't see it. All I could think about is I lost my family. That's all I could think about.
Damn.
That's all I can say. That's why I give people the space for growth. I was not always a good person.
Right.
And the funny part is, I wasn't that I was being a bad person.
Right.
I just I lacked empathy. I could not see somebody else's perspective.
Right.
So so it took some growing up for me to be like, because I know all I could see was what I was going through. It wasn't a walk in the park from my end either. She was not making everything easy for me on my end. And I had to sit there and go, Ryan, what is it like being her? What is it like being her? You're doing these things that you feel like make life easier for her because these are the things you would appreciate. But what would she appreciate? What could you have done to make these 10, 11 years that much easier for her? Because it wasn't always money that would have done it for her. There were so many things. There was a certain level of, just showing up that she need. Like, she don't need split custody. She needs when it feels like it's too much.
Somebody come get you. You need to come get the kids.
I need to come get the kids. I had them the last weekend. That ain't got nothing to do with her being overwhelmed right now. So I see all the stuff I do. She see all the time she's overwhelmed.
She's like, yeah, I see the stuff you do, but you don't see how much I do.
And the thing is, I do, but I didn't give her flowers ever
at that time.
And the funny part is, I didn't give her flowers because I was being an asshole.
Why were you that way?
I just didn't want to give her the satisfaction. Hurt people.
True.
I couldn't have my family. You don't get.
No, you ain't have a no.
Nah, you don't get.
Damn right.
I'm sorry.
You heard it. He said he's sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's Cold Shannon.
Okay, bro. All right. Guess what? There's hundreds and thousands of people who watched that whole interview from start to finish. But I'm not even talking about the beginning to end. I'm talking about that particular portion where he's referring to his estranged relationship with this woman and that child, which got people in the comment sections with these mixed responses. Most of them are surrounding the fact that, oh, how dare you? You look like a walrus. You're unattractive. You're ugly. You're hideous. Why would anybody want to touch you? I can see why nobody. Like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Uh-huh. Saying, basically, you're lucky that she even entertained you in the first place. That part right there was one of the things that tricked me. And it's mostly because I think you're forgetting what the conversation is about. All you're focused on is the fact that he's not your type. He's unattractive to you. You wouldn't sleep with him. You wouldn't have kids with him. You don't care about nothing that he's saying within the time span that he is sitting across from Shannon Sharp. You take things out of context and you twist words to fit your own narratives. And you're basically saying because he's a hideous looking guy according to social standards, that means that is the cause for him having such a disconnect with his child, or that he has an estranged relationship with her because of what? I put this out there the other day and I said, look, it wouldn't matter if it was Idris Elba, Trey Songz, Chris Brown. It wouldn't matter if it was Denzel Washington. From white to black to rich to poor, it don't fucking matter who it is. You can have all the money in the world. You could be the brokest person in the world. If you are someone's type, you are someone's type. It's not going to change nothing. Money doesn't have a body type. Money does not have a bone structure, a nice jawline. Money makes everybody attractive. Money will make you sacrifice your entire soul for it. What he's talking about is no different than what we see on a regular basis. He's dealing with the same thing that a lot of men deal with out here. He grew up immature, had money, didn't know what to do with it. Met somebody that was probably out of his lane. She saw him as a meal ticket, decided to give him something that he wanted, even though she really didn't want to be with him at all, for real. Because that's what it come off as. She used him for a meal ticket in the wallet. He didn't get his way. So he bounced. But he still made sure that the money was coming in. But he wanted a relationship with his child. And the way that their life was set up, it wasn't given to him that way. But everybody seems to only be focused on one part. That he's not her type or he's not their type. So let me get this straight. If he was aesthetically appealing to you, that would have changed the narrative. That would have made him a viable candidate, a good husband. That would have made him Bill Cosby. That would have made him a Huxtable. That would have made him the greatest person on the planet.
What?
You would have loved him forever. You would have given him your heart and soul.
What?
Stop it. Because Future got 80 kids. There's rappers aside him on that list. They have 1 million kids, and y'all still validate them and treat them like they are gods. The lunacy, the hypocrisy. I really didn't understand it. All this heat, all this anger, all this energy. I mean, what are we talking about? He's doing the same thing. He's experiencing the same thing that most regular people do. Why is it so hard to conceive that he's sitting here, he's humble, he's saying, look, this is how it was. I apologize, I was a different person then. Who is the same version of themselves that they were 10, 15, 20 years ago? Nobody is. Nobody's perfect. Everybody done did something. So I just thought it was interesting that your focus was just on the fact that he was just he just ugly, as if that had something to do with character. No. How you look does not solely define who you are as a person. There's great men and women out here that are overweight, probably on diabetes pills and medications, and or on the street, and they need to get cleaned up. They might not be your type. Maybe they smell like piss. Maybe they ain't like, come on, man, what are we talking about? Like, the brothers owning up to it. I don't know if it's just for clickbaiting and clout chasing or whatever it is, because for whatever reason, I feel like when people go on his show, a lot of it is just for promotion, cross branding, getting in the algorithm, getting your name in circulation, so people will start searching you up to see what you got going on. Part of me don't even think these back and forths are genuine or legit whatsoever. I don't think, because every time somebody come up there, it's drama. It's drama, or you're telling on somebody, or you're exposing somebody, or you're angry at someone. And then guess what? For the next month, all those conversations get chopped up and then excommunicated to various platforms or various shows and apps. The audience feeds off of it. The different discussions formed within the comment sections. Essentially, you're putting money in others' pockets. I don't even know if it's really about this. They don't. Agree or disagree. I mean, what are we talking? I would prefer to have never had anything than to come into it with the appreciation for the value of the dollar versus to have been thrown right into success and have everything handed to me. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Where to deposit my time, where to deposit my energy, where to deposit my funds, because you're so caught up in the lifestyle, you're so caught up with admiration, validation, and the women and everybody just sucking up to you, and they want to be a part of what you got going on. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Let me be accustomed to these $10 shoes. Let me get used to sugar water. Let me know what it's like to be told no all the time. Build character, build mental fortitude. Let me go ahead and watch the fake people stay away like I'm a repellent, so that when they do decide to start popping up around me, I know exactly who I'm looking at. I can identify a real friend and opposition. The brother, he had a child with somebody he shouldn't have probably. He was more into her than she was into him. They had a kid. She didn't want to. He wanted the family. He didn't want it. Now you got this resentment towards you. And I'm assuming the reason why people are saying what they're saying is because she never really liked you, bro. She didn't. I could be wrong. But to say the reason why his relationship with his daughter is the way it is because he's ugly. That's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard in my life. Why would you say some stupid stuff like that?
Cut it out.
You gotta be real careful getting on these platforms and having these heart to hearts. Nah, I didn't know who you was before this. Wasn't checking for you before this. But because of this, I decided to use some inquiry. I didn't dig enough. It wasn't that serious. I'm not here to stone you though. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much moved the way that life was meant for you at that particular time. People have crack habits. Some people have a hard time getting off the bottle. Some people can't keep that square away from their face. Some people are habitual liars. Name one person on this planet that is perfect. Oh, wait. You can't. It's impossible. Was he wrong in how he was moving? He admits it. He owns up to it. But don't make this about him being attractive or unattractive. Don't do that. Y'all too old for that. Please just stop it. I thought we was already past this. Like seriously. Anyway, my final thoughts. I ain't gonna hold you too long. If you're gonna watch these shows, stop listening to hear what you want to hear. Because I come across a lot of people who do that. You'll be talking to them, but you really just talking to yourself because they're not really listening to understand what you're talking about. They're listening and waiting to respond to something that they heard that specifically triggered something in them. They have no desire to have the dialogue that you're expecting. And that's what y'all did with this right here. I was reading the comments, I seen different posts. The brothers understood. There's a lot of brothers out there that understood what he was talking about. And then there's a lot of women, a lot of women. Y'all saw it, and all you did was see the opportunity to roast and Joan and cook and belittle and bash and destroy that man's character and name. Every time you point the finger, guess what? You got what? Three pointing back at you. Period. Anyway, we about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me this evening. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll see you guys next week, Lord willing. Peace. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get that right. I don't need that there. Hold on. All right. Now we out.